Hello and happy November. This is the 11th month of our consciousness updates for 2024. And 2024 is called the year of the new foundation. So we're in November, the 11th month, and this is a vortex of change this month, total transformation. Everyone's talking about it, and it's really the beginning of a very transformational year next year. So this month started on a new moon, November 1st. Next Monday is the 11/11 gateway. And 11s are always gateways. They're always beginnings of something. And so it's important to ask yourself now and throughout the rest of the month, where are you going? And is it where you want to be going? So keep asking yourself that question. Things will speed up in this vortex. There's a lot that's crazy, but kind of the good news about a vortex is change happens quickly, and it quickly shows you what works and what doesn't. This vortex now is like a centrifuge. So the centrifuge, the heavy things get thrown out to the side. So it's becoming more clear what you want to focus on, what's your core, your center of your vortex. And there's a lot that may be flying out in the speed of this tornado. So big changes, but also a chance to stay centered and recognize what that is for you. So a question you might want to ask yourself is, when the world is crazy and transforming in a vortex, where do you put your focus? Do you get angry? Do you withdraw? Do you become a victim? Do you become a complainer? Do you just go and hide? So this month, it's really about not getting into any of those negative roles, but finding the source of your power. So it's interesting that I picked today for our consciousness update because it's the crazy day of the United States presidential election. And what we're going to find in today's vortex, this month's vortex, is that it's so close that by the end of the week, when we know the results, half of Americans are going to be very upset. 49%, one way or the other, and we don't know which way it's going to go. So this is especially, it's touching us that we have to choose our reactions to transformation. It might not be the transformation that we would pick or we've signed up for, but it's very important in this month of change, in this year of this new foundation, is to find your inner peace, to unhook from your reactions, unhook from what seems to be the reality, and find that center. So it really all comes down to your attitude. And can you disengage from what your opinion is about everything? And I shared this story Friday in our trilogy. The trilogy was outside the timelines. It was amazing. If you don't do these activations, they're activations for deep healing, and they're on my website. But that morning that I did that activation, I talked to a friend, and his sister, and he had a great story about his sister Brenda. And she had been working out on the ranch with the cattle and somehow had managed to get her finger crushed between a chute and a cow. And it was totally smashed. And Brenda, being a high being that she is, she just said, okay, this is what is, not I'm so stupid, or how did I do this, or, she just said, this is what is. She went to bed just in the space of This is what's so. The next morning when she woke up, her finger was totally healed. There was no evidence of breakage or fracture or bones crushed. So it reminds us that our attitude in times of turbulence is our rudder, is our choice. It's our opportunity to release excuses now, set clear intentions, and see where your focus is. I mean, really look at it, because you may think your focus is forward and you say, well, I don't want to be sick. That's not the same as I choose to be healthy. So in this vortex of change, we may feel lost. And as I was preparing this, I remembered this poem I wrote years ago, back in the 80s. And it's a silly little thing, but I just want to read it to remind us that sometimes we're all lost and change happens. We find our center and move on. So I'm going to read this little poem called Where Am I Now that I wrote in 1988. And it might just make you smile. Where am I now? I went to sit down and someone moved the chair. I only blinked and I found where I wasn't there. The room with the answers seemed so neatly arranged, but the questions are different, so everything's changed. I must be in the wrong place. But how did I get here? And where did it go? What am I doing? And why don't I know? Why can't I listen to the voices inside? Why is it I know that I could if I tried? What is it they're saying that challenges me so? Where is it I'm going that I don't want to go? Where am I now? If I'm in the wrong place, am I on the right track? If I keep on going, can I ever get back? And if I get to a place that is right, will it feel familiar? Will I know it on sight? What am I doing? And why don't I know? So, in this time of transformation, take some moments to come back to your center. You may not have all the answers, but you have the peace and the fulcrum of your center. Everything that's happening outside is not you. So what I'm seeing now in so many people is kind of the two extremes in the same person. One moment you're crazy, angry, rattled, and then a few minutes later you can move into deep peace or relaxation. So know that wherever you are, it is your choice. Keep coming back to your peace, your center. It's usually silent. It doesn't have all the words and the answers. The words and the answers come into the silence. Please make time this month to meditate, and not to meditate in a busy way of this is my intention and I've got to figure out what I'm going to do for my life. Meditate in emptiness and silence. Because what I'm seeing is there's so much divine support that is just there. There is so much peace available. This is the year of building a foundation. You've all been working to build a higher level of peace for yourself. Rest there. Go there. Shut down the outer world if you need to. Find that space of retreat, your foundation in this vortex. Now, a lot of people are writing about the change that happens later this month. Pluto moves into Aquarius on the 20th of the month, and it stays there for 20 years. What's important about this and why this is a time of transformation is Pluto is the planet of transformation. It's the disruptor, and Aquarius is the sign of society. So there's transformations and disruptions in society, in everything around us. Ultimately, it's to a better place. But in the beginning, and we're in a rocky beginning, it is unsettled. Keep coming back to your truth, your light, your silence. And I shared in the trilogy a little way to keep centering yourself, and that's what I call a 5-finger mantra. And today I was doing my meditation on peace for the planet, peace for the election, and putting my opinions aside. And I use my 5-finger mantra. You have 4 words, and mine today were, and you touch a finger each time, I invoke light today. I let my opinions out of the way. I invoke light today. And this mudra begins to resettle your core, bringing you back to power, to silence, to your foundation. This is a phenomenal month. It's a tough month, but it is a gateway. And the gateway we're going is the gateway that we've chosen and why we are born now. So support each other, open to the divine support that I've never seen stronger. Your guides are closer, your angels are closer. Synchronicity is there for you. Enjoy it, be grateful, and let's make this a vortex of change that brings the light that we came to experience now on earth. Thank you for being co-riders in this world. We're in this together and it's beautiful. So thank you very much. Have a blessed, powerful, peaceful month. We'll see you in December. Thank you.